It is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Dave Navarro will be in here tomorrow night. Our Lady Peace will be in here the next night. And then Bruno Campos, the good-looking Latin guy from Jesse, will be in here the night after that. But tonight...
Spelled the name wrong.
Uh-oh. Donny Osmond. Donny Anal Osmond will be in here tonight.
That ticks me off. Something royal.
Somebody misspelled Donny's name.
Man.
And you don't do that to Mr. Osmond.
You know the I-E, that's the feminine E.
Oh, it is?
Oh, yeah. It's like Marie is I-E.
Right.
Donny is not I-E.
Wow.
Okay.
Took the night to come out of his shell. Donny is here, and Donny's been here a few times, and it's good to see him. And the show is now a couple years old.
We're in our second season, man.
And it's doing real well.
It's doing great.
And I got to be honest with you. We did the show a year and a half. I gave it 10 minutes, I said.
I gave it 9 minutes. Because I look back at those old tapes and some of the reruns. It's kind of like, come on, Donny and Marie, lighten up, enjoy it, ease up a little bit.
Well, you know, the thing about Hollywood, or the thing about any job that you'll ever have in life is you're much better 6 months into it than you are the first week.
Well, and 10 years into it, a lot worse.
Yeah, because you're pissed off and possibly drunk. I'm going to start drinking on our TV show. I'm going to double down on the drinking. The point is,
we're having so much more fun with it.
TV does not afford you that 2-week, 2-month grace period normally.
But we are with some great syndicators, Columbia TriStar. They really believe in the show, and they said we're in it for the long run. Dick Clark, of course, you know his history.
Right.
He likes to be part of the winners. Exactly.
Oh, I mean, yeah, and he's part of the winners, that Dick Clark. The world's oldest teenager. He's a 73-year-old teenager.
We did a thing on the show the other day, predictions of what's going to make it into the new millennium. And Dick Clark's name was the only name on the page.
How old is Dick Clark? Do you know? Is he allowed to tell you?
I do know, but I don't think I should let
He's
it out.
like one of the Gabor sisters or something.
Well, he knew Moses on a first-name basis.
The last time he was telling us about the van he'd rigged up, and he does editing. Remember that?
Oh, have you seen it?
No.
I thought he was telling us about that.
The Dick-mobile?
Yeah, you know, you'd think Dick Clark, he's going to go around in a limousine and chauffeur and all this kind of stuff. He has this little, like, Astro van or something like this. And he's got all these television monitors in it and VCRs and the whole bit. He sits in the back and watches these shows all the time. He eats, sleeps, and breathes it.
So
literally.
he's actually, while most people would be, let's say, a lot of people listening to the show aren't from L.A., but you have a lot of downtime commuting in L.A., especially if you're filming where Donny Marie film in Hollywood, and if you're living in Malibu or somewhere decent, like I'm guessing Dick lives in, you got 45 minutes to an hour of
get a chauffeur and take a nap.
Just sort of sitting there. Yeah. Right. Now, if you're Dick, you get in the back of the van and edit and watch other TV shows while someone drives you out to Malibu?
That's what he does. That's what he does.
Oh, man. I don't even work when I'm supposed to be working. That's the difference. I'm pissed off when I have to work when I'm on the clock, right? Drew, back me up.
You don't work when you're working. I knew that.
Thank you very much. He works when he's not supposed to be working.
We have with us this year some great producers.
Oh,
and along with Dick Clark, with Charlie Cook and Maureen Fitzpatrick, both have been involved in daytime television for years. Charlie's been involved with, like, Oprah, so we get that side of the television as well.
Wow. It's, like I said, it's been 2 years now, and you guys
They said it wouldn't last.
No, they did. I was the first one to say it, but they're hitting a rhythm. And notice we're not back on the show. What about that?
That's why we've lasted.
No, they've risen above this, like everyone else that outgrows us. Come on.
Keenan's the only guy who kept it real with us. We were on a show like 8 times in the 3 months it was on.
Yeah.
Come on, Donny, seriously. You know,
you want to be back on our show?
I think it's appropriate.
To come back on the show.
Well, maybe not appropriate, but...
No, it wouldn't be appropriate.
But come on. I got another show.
What would you bring to the
show? An internet.
I've got an internet business. I got a book.
You got a book?
Another book.
He's got
Intimacy
book.
and Depression. About depression.
Perfect for Marie.
Yeah.
Talk about.
There you go. Yeah. All right.
Well, the same goddamn publicist as her. Why not?
All right, relax.
About
Drew, I was just kidding. Calm down. And how's Marie doing?
She did an interview the other day with Mel Gibson. And we found out, here again, we got some great producers. They find out things that people don't normally know about. We found out that Mel Gibson can burp the alphabet.
Wow.
And I don't know how she did it, but she got him to do it.
Wow,
He
that's
belched.
rating.
Well, he got
Without
up.
barfing.
He got up to I think E or F or something like that. There you go. Thanks, Mel.
Most Australians can burp at least the vowels,
Yeah.
can't they?
Only on a couple Fosters, though. Right.
Yeah, because it's that penal colony thing. All right.
That's Mel for you.
All right, we will take some phone calls, and yeah, seriously, Don, it's been quite a while since we've been asked back to the show.
Yeah.
Too long. Grace?
Don't hold your breath
All
there.
right.
Hi, guys.
No, you know what? Call.
You're 16.
Let's talk to Trish and Dory, and
Okay,
we'll
whatever.
see you again. Maybe we can put you on segment 8.
Yeah, that's right, out of 7.
7 is our last segment.
I know. Grace, maybe I can travel in the Dickmobile and give him some editing, some line cut
There you go.
tips or something at a stop sign. Or maybe I can just run out and get him some soft swirl yogurt if he gets a little peckish.
Okay.
If the light's going too long. Go ahead, Grace. What's up?
I have 2 questions and a comment, but I only told your screener 1 question.
All right.
Okay, my first one is a physical problem. Every time I get fingered, but that's only been twice, I get this painful urination, and then it's I can't when I have to urinate really often.
That's probably a bladder infection.
But I got it checked out the first time, and they said it was nothing. And
They looked at your urine and found out that it was not infected?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can also get a urethral irritation, which is the tube out of which you're peeing, and some people are sensitive that way.
Drew, how uncomfortable are you with the term fingered, especially in front of Donny Osmond?
I hate that term.
I don't know why. Even
I hate
I'm
it all the
offended.
time.
I'm offended by the finger term.
How else are you going to say it?
I don't know. I got to come up with it. Diddled. It sounds all right.
Just
Diddle doesn't work.
manual stimulation.
Yeah, but that still doesn't totally imply the
At that age,
penetration with the finger.
But the fact that they're even, it's bizarre.
Okay, anyway, Grace.
I'm sorry, I knew you didn't like that.
That's all right, but I don't blame you because no one has come up with a euphemism for that.
It's certainly not diddled.
No, it isn't diddled. It's more than diddling. You only wish your daughter was diddled when she was fingered, right, Drew?
Adam, you're sick, man.
All right, Grace. So what's the other one?
Well, I think it kind of ties in, but I have these severe problems with dealing with relationships. I get really attached to the point where it's like tonight, I slit my wrist because I didn't want to deal with things, and it's I'm calm right now because I had to really vent out in that way.
Have you been treated before?
I'm going to a psychologist right now.
Does she know you cut?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's not deep enough to be really a problem, but it's pretty deep. It's
But
bleeding.
she knows you're cutting.
Yeah,
Have you cut before?
yeah, once before, and I'm semi-bulimic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
And I
All right.
don't know, my parents are really good parents, and I mean, I've listened to you guys for 3 years, and I have been pretty normal, and you guys have kept me sane for 3 years. But all of a sudden, in 2 months, it just all went down. I started smoking, I started becoming somewhat sexually active, and now cutting. And
Well, it certainly sounds like you're depressed. And is your psychologist addressing that?
yeah, she's telling my parents that I should be that she's trying to refer me to a psychiatrist.
Yes, you would be a lot better if you
They
went.
won't do it because my dad is one of those people that believe in herbal treatment and
geez.
stuff. He won't take me, and I
Oh, my
just don't know what I'm going to do.
It almost. I wish there was some way you could take medicine in your own hands because it's bordering on irresponsible. It's almost irresponsible. I mean, unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, one of the cornerstones of treatment of depression now is antidepressant medicine.
Isn't herbal medicine just a less refined
Yes.
Western medicine?
Yes, it's a
I mean,
chemical.
it's sort of the difference between wheat bread and white bread in a certain way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all, it's derived from some plant.
Yep.
It's ground down into a powder. It's formed into a pill. And this just has a little more testing behind it and a brand name stamped on it.
That's
I heard that sometimes herbal medications can be even more severe as far as the repercussions of
Oh,
taking
absolutely.
medication
For instance, Sam E, it seems to have a mild antidepressant effect. It seems to be a reasonable drug, but it's not been studied to see if we can safely recommend it. Plus, there's a certain risk to advising medication that's not quite adequate for a serious illness.
Yeah.
It's irresponsible, too. So.
Let me tell you guys who are all wrapped up in the mysticism of the Orient, move there, you idiots. See what a hellhole it is. They don't have anything figured out over there. Are you kidding me? Every 50 years we kick their ass in some kind of war, and then we let them go monkey around with their roots. Please. It drives me nuts when people romanticize other cultures to this amazing point. They don't have any. Let me tell you, these are the same people that are into this Tai Chi, right?
Yeah. Maybe.
It's feng shui.
Feng shui.
Feng shui. Oh, Bruce Lee was killed because his coconut was rubbing up against his mirror, and he had his bed facing Mecca. Oh yeah, he's got it. What did you see?
But you know
He's
what?
got a chi.
There are certain things
Idiots.
about this feng shui that
Oh
works.
no.
We've had some feng shui people on our show, and it's kind of interesting. I don't buy into it. Marie buys into it.
Listen, are you still Mormon? Because
Yeah.
they'll toss your ass right out of the church if they hear you talking about feng shui. Here's our
I
feng
am
shui.
still Mormon.
They'll put your head right through a pew. They don't go. That's blasphemy. That feng shui. You understand?
Well, I was just reading an interesting article tonight in one of the major medical journals about how this country has gone through sort of waves of preoccupation with naturopathy and those sort of natural things. As soon as the science reaches a certain plateau, it's gone as far as it can go, then these snake oil guys have a chance to really come in. And it's gone through many, many cycles of that over the last couple hundred years.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, that homeopathic medicine where it's some of the dust from some ingredient that actually worked rubbed up against the Petri dish. They mix this one up in. Nonsense. Give me full strength.
Don't
Give
you
me what
think
you got.
That a lot of it is psychological.
Sure.
It's like a placebo in a
Well,
way.
that is, it's even more generally the problem is that people don't in this country are not trained to identify psychological problems.
Mhm.
They want them to be physical. And the majority of people that respond to anything they put in their mouth other than anything they put in their mouth is a response to some sort of psychological process. It just is.
Interesting.
All right.
Because if they have a serious medical illness, it's not going to get better, and they're going to end up in the medical system. So.
Right.
Tiffany,
Hi.
you're 17.
Yeah.
You're on with Donny Osmond.
Hi, Tiffany.
Hi. I've been having anal sex with my
Oh,
boyfriend,
again in front of Donny.
and I've only had it maybe 5 times, and it feels really good when I do it, but afterwards I'm getting like big bumps,
Ooh.
and it hurts when I go to the bathroom.
So that's either hemorrhoids or maybe you caught something from over with it.
Does anal sex cause hemorrhoids?
Sure. And were you using a condom?
Both. I have twice used a condom twice.
And is that every time?
Not every time.
All right, so maybe you contracted something also. You need to see a doctor. There are a lot of things you can get in that area.
What do you
that
get
can-
down there, Drew?
Herpes, LG, lymphogranuloma venereum,
Oh, herpes. That sounds like a bad hand.
You can get that
warts.
in your anus?
You can get anything there. And if you're more likely, in fact, more likely to get things there because that's a very absorptive area. So that's why you wear a condom. That is the most effective way to get AIDS.
Is this with the same guy, Tiffany?
Yeah, it's the same guy.
How old is he?
He's 27.
You're 17.
What happened to you?
What do you mean what happened to me?
Well, what's up with you? Come on.
Well,
Someone molest you?
yeah,
All right.
How old were you when that happened?
12.
All right.
But I don't really remember much of it, and
Well, your ass does, though. I mean, you're acting like it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on.
yeah.
Were you physically abused before
Well,
that?
this was my first heterosexual experience.
Surprise.
Oh, baby. All right. Hey, Tiffany.
Yeah.
So you were traumatized when you were young, and now you're sort of on autopilot. You're acting out. You got this 27-year-old guy who I wouldn't
He's a
trust
criminal.
as
He's a
far as
criminal.
I could throw him.
He's a criminal.
He's a criminal. He's probably a criminal on top of actually being a criminal.
Right. In spite of breaking the law on her, he's also a criminal.
I'm sure he is. Does he work around metal? Is he in construction?
No, he's a DJ.
No. Even
That is
worse.
criminal.
Well, he's trying to go to paramedic school.
He's trying. How long is the entrance? How long is the wait to get into paramedic school? I could enroll tomorrow.
Yeah, you either do it or you don't.
He's taking like his prerequisites.
Okay, which is sodomizing minors.
No.
No. All right. Hey, Tiffany.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want to be too hard on you because you've been to hell and back. But listen, this is going to catch up to you. Maybe it already has. Please get a little therapy, read a book, have a little quiet time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Stop acting out.
I'm thinking about breaking up with him too.
Good.
Good
There you
thought.
go. That's
Healthy
perfect.
impulse.
I like you, Adam.
All right.
The bad news.
That's good. Listen, I'd be in you. You wouldn't even know it. All right?
Okay.
All right.
Can I say hi to somebody?
No,
All right.
no. I wouldn't do it.
Okay, don't. Why not?
It's just-
Okay. Listen, Donnie, let
I'll
me
bet you get some photos.
let me tell you the only good memory I have of childhood. When I was, well, let's see, I was probably, I'd say I was about 10 when you were really creaming the world, with all the chicks and the Tiger Beat magazine.
Now, wait, this is your only good
It's my
memory?
only good memory.
Of his childhood, none of yours.
This is
Not
my
mine.
childhood. You have many, many moments to cherish. I have one. Somebody told me that I looked like you.
You know,
And I was really excited about that.
You told me this last time I was here.
Oh, man, was I excited. I'm still going on it. Once in a while I'll get drunk, I'll go to a bar, and I'll go, come on, right
Who do I
here.
look like?
Come on. Let's say Donny was a disheveled Donny Osmond. Let's say he'd hit the sauce.
You know, I appreciate that because you say that is a good moment in your childhood. So
It really
thank you.
was. Donny, I'm guessing, I'm 35.
I'm 42 this year.
Okay, so that's about perfect. Okay, so you're 17, 16, 17, and everything's going through
It's
the
the
roof
beginning of the
for
Donny
you.
Emory Show.
I'm 9 or 10. It's the beginning of the end for the Adam Show. And someone comes up and goes, "You look just like Donny Osmond." And I thought,
Did that ever bother
yes. Oh, no way.
Really?
Oh, that was huge. That was huge. Yeah, that was great.
See, what Donnie's trying to tell you is how it bothers him.
Yeah,
I know it bothers
that was my
Donny.
next statement. Drew took
No.
it out of my mouth.
No, it was a 44-year-old male who later sodomized me in his van. But for that one fleeting moment, when he called me Donny Osmond, it really felt good. You know, Drew?
I bet.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I consider that a compliment.
It should be, I guess. Matt,
Yeah.
you're 17.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
Hey, I met this girl the other day, like on a field trip, like with the school, bisexual, and she like wants to have sex, but she wants to have a threesome. I don't know if she's talking about like with a chick or with another guy or who knows.
Yeah.
What's your question?
Like, I don't know if I want to jump in it with no guy, with a guy. Like, what if she tried to tell me to jump in with a guy?
Well, she's bisexual, and she wants to have a threesome. So, the chances are there's another woman in it for you. I mean,
Yeah,
just playing the
Is
odds.
she 17 also?
And no, she's like 16.
Okay, so you understand you're talking about a very, very disturbed person here.
Yeah.
I'm going with 15, by the way Matt says 16.
Yeah.
Matt,
What?
15, right?
No.
Hmm?
No.
David said he's 18.
Oh, okay. There's a year floating around here.
No, I'm 17.
And she's 16.
Yes.
But she'll be 15 in a couple months, right? No. Okay.
Oh boy, it's a little marijuana.
Matt, you smoking a lot of weed?
No.
Seriously?
No.
All right. Have you ever smoked marijuana?
Yes.
Did you smoke a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what happened? You quit?
Yeah.
You quit because you ran out of pot or because you quit?
No, because I quit.
We can hear it's still affecting you. We can hear it. Okay.
Okay.
That's what I was commenting on.
All right. Anyway, Matt,
Huh.
I know this sounds like a golden opportunity for you, but I guarantee, and you just heard our last caller, the poor 17-year-old who was molested, and now she's with a 27-year-old guy. Something's up with this girl, and
You're taking advantage of that.
you really are.
Yeah.
You don't know it, but you are.
All right.
So,
I can understand that, though.
all right. You know what I'm saying? Do you listen to this show?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. You know, these poor girls, their stepfather did something unspeakable to them, and now you get a threesome out of the deal.
Yeah, that does kind of selfish.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it bums your
Sorry.
heart. All right.
You don't have to apologize.
All right. Hey, Donnie, want to go to the strip club with me after the show?
Yeah, maybe Donnie can restore your enthusiasm about the stripper.
This show, the show has destroyed, it's destroyed my love of the strip clubs because I
Why?
know where all those women have been, what they've been through, and now I just see a bunch of 14-year-olds who are molested instead of 19-year-olds with their tops off. You know what I mean? It's sort of... I would liken it to someone who really enjoyed a good burger and then worked the summer at a slaughterhouse.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It took him a while, too, a couple of years to really grind him down, or at least grind him into acceptance.
Yeah. Well, I just have to get extra drunk. That's all. It's called compensation.
How old are these girls
Who?
in the stripper clubs?
They probably average very early 20s,
Yeah.
late teens. Some stick around longer than they should, but they all. Well, come on, Drew. Let me tell you something about stripping. It's like being a professional athlete. You see guys in there, they're 41, they got a bad knee, they're still hobbling around, and the announcer's saying, he's long past his prime. He's a shell of his former self. He should have got out a few years ago. They have that. They have that.
Where
in
does the
strip
stripper
club,
go?
too.
Is there like a stripper Farm?
There's a home.
They return to
Yeah,
the
there's
home?
a farm.
Yeah.
You're right. They put them out at the pasture,
There's a
right?
pasture.
They just graze. And then buses filled with Japanese businessmen pull up and have sex with them. It's true. In Nevada. In Nevada.
Only in Nevada.
Only in Nevada.
You're not going to see that in Utah.
No, you won't. Oh, right. Oh, we got to go to break?
I can finish this real fast.
You can?
All right, if you...
No. Well, who is this?
Tyler.
Tyler?
Yeah?
13?
Yeah?
Oh, boy. You heard that you can use the Morning Glory flower as a drug?
Yeah?
All right. Hang on a second, Tyler.
Alright.
What grade are you in, Tyler?
8th.
8th grade.
Yeah.
All right. Hang on.
Alright.
I stopped looking like Donny Osmond by the 8th grade and started looking more like Greg Brady, which was a real step down. And then I entered the Elliot Gould phase.
Yeah, I was going to say, you look a little like Elliot.
That's when it was over.
Yeah?
That's you know what that's like, Drew? Donny Osmond, Greg Brady, and then Elliot Gould. You know,
that's tumbling.
Your next step is Marty Allen. That's bad.
Oh, like 20, heard Marty
I'm
Allen's
20
name. Wow.
pounds away from Marty Allen.
Buddy
You
Hackett.
understand? Oh, no, I don't have. I got Marty's hair. All right, we'll take a break. The wonderfully attractive Donny Osmond is here, and we'll be back after this. It is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Our guest tonight is Donny Osmond. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. And the Donny Marie Show can be found on Fox. Times
Actually, you know what? We're on all different networks all across the country.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking
syndicated,
I was looking at the LA version of it.
yeah.
But it's on about the same time throughout the country?
It's different time zones all over the place. So you can find us at, as early as 8 o'clock some places and as late as 8 p.m.
Wow.
Wow. All right.
Typically it's around, it's 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock kind of a show.
Look for the two attractive white folks who are sitting next to each other. I would kill my sister if I had to work. Drew, could you imagine your sister?
You couldn't work with
Drew
your
doesn't
sister?
want to talk.
But sometimes it's hard to work with Marie. But we have a relationship. Obviously we've worked together all our lives together, and it works.
Yeah.
We really have a rapport.
Well, I mean, on one hand, you know that bottom line is there's no way they're stabbing you in the back or making some deal out. It's not like...
Well, I don't know anymore.
she does have an evil twin, we've figured out.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's no way Dick Clark's pulling her side and saying, listen, Donnie's holding you back. I got another project plan.
Not that I know of yet.
Let's go to the Dick-mobile with the multi-editing system
Not that I
and
know
hit the
of
road. No, she'd never do
Nah, she
something like
wouldn't
that.
do
But seriously, I like my sister, but I'd probably kill her if I had to work with her. And I know Drew would kill his sister.
Hey, you know who you had on the other day here was Jimmy's Chicken Shack. They came on to our show the day after.
Oh,
and,
that's
do you remember
right.
Jimmy's Chicken Shack?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, great music.
Yeah, they're good, and they said they were doing Donnie and Marie, but I believe the show wasn't going to air until the 11th.
Right, it was a delay.
Right.
Delay. I think they're on this week, though.
Which will
think
be,
this
on
week.
Friday.
Yeah.
Looking at my calendar here.
You know who you should have on the show?
Who?
It's a great artist, Eric Benet. Are you familiar with Eric Benet?
No.
He was on last week. As a matter of fact, he was on, I think, the same show as Mel Gibson. And he is just fantastic. He sounds like Stevie Wonder in the early days. And you should have him on.
All right.
Eric Benet. Remember?
Drew, book Eric Benet.
Book him,
Eric
Dano.
Benet.
All right, now where the hell were we?
Talking to Tyler.
Tyler? Tyler, you're 13.
Yeah?
Yeah? Where are you calling from?
Huh?
Where are you calling from?
Reno.
Reno.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, first of all, Adam, I want to say, dude, you're like my idol. You are, like, so cool.
All right,
It, like, amazes me that I'm talking to you.
give him some instruction, Idol.
Okay. You want to know if the Morning Glory flower can get you high?
Well, first of all, I thought of another question when I was waiting, and I was going to say, I'm on, like, antidepressants,
Yeah.
and I smoke, like, a lot of pot. And I was wondering if that can, like, since doing the two, if it, like, messes me up at all.
It's not particularly dangerous, but the smoking the pot a lot is dangerous at your age. Really dangerous.
All right.
They now have established how much it can delay your actual brain growth and maybe reverse and damage certain parts of your brain. Now,
the reason you're depressed may be the pot smoking.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm for sure of it.
So taking an antidepressant is missing the point altogether.
I know.
So you need to talk to your doctor about the pot, okay?
That's
And,
not...
and if he or she says, hey, just don't smoke it, that's somebody that doesn't know about addiction at all, and you need to get a referral to somebody who does. Okay?
All right.
Hey, and so you want to know about the Morning Glory?
Yeah. I read like a bunch of stuff on the internet because I had heard about it and I wanted to check it out, and it says it's supposed to like make you fry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was wondering what it does bad to you.
At your age, any hallucinogen can permanently alter your brain function.
All right.
Is
What
that
if I was
clear?
like 30?
If you're at 30, and it's Morning Glory seed, in fact, that does this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a single exposure. We don't know. We don't know.
Where do you get Morning Glory seeds?
The checkout counter.
Really?
No way.
Yeah.
And you just chew them up?
Yeah.
Make tea out of them? Hey, Tyler.
Yeah.
I know you seem to have a little bit of a preoccupation with altering your
Don't it?
mind, but you really should back off a little bit on that. You really, life's tough enough. It really is. You need to go. You need a full. You need a full six-pack in life. You know what I mean? You don't want to be a couple cans short and be 18 or 19 trying to get into college or something like that. Here's what I'm saying. Don't beat the crap out of your brain until your brain is hardened a little, like mine. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Seriously.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'm your hero, right?
Yeah, you're my hero, dude.
All right, well, this is your hero talking. Let me tell you something about your hero. I didn't smoke pot or drink or do anything until I was out of high school.
And then watch out.
Then I then I became like Mickey Rourke the year I graduated high school. But before that, I was clean.
We were filming a TV show the other day, and I was talking about some of the patterns I've seen in people in terms of the incipient phase of alcoholism. And Adam just goes, hey, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I drink the...
Is he saying, Drew, that it's safer? I mean, obviously it's not safe, but it's better to wait until you're later on in life before you start smoking pot? If you're going to smoke
It's clearly been established that hallucinogens are quite dangerous 15 and under.
But doesn't it do damage, permanent damage, even to an adult?
Not at low levels of exposure. No more than alcohol.
Okay.
But at daily exposure, yeah, it's a big deal.
But also...
The problem is there's so much crap around this drug. Nobody wants to listen to the facts about it. So, oh no, it's perfect. It's a life is better with it. It's a natural herb. It's good for you.
Who's saying this? Those who are addicted on it, or
well, mostly the addicts are the ones that defend it. But there's a whole political movement around. I really believe somebody could be elected president by legalizing marijuana. I really believe that.
Do you think the same thing that would happen to legalization of marijuana happened to prohibition?
I really believe that prohibition of drugs doesn't work, frankly. If you really study
Same thing wouldn't apply that did to alcohol.
Yeah, it all applies.
Well, it applies
but
now.
Alcohol was a great example of how prohibition doesn't work. I think we should re-examine...
No, that's my question. Do you think that the legalization of marijuana would diminish the use of it?
I do.
You do?
I do.
Okay.
I think, and it would certainly allow us to allocate more resources towards educating and prevention and all the stuff that really needs to be done. I think, at least if I trusted our government to do that.
Boy, what a bold move, a scary move to make.
Well,
though.
I really think the Harrison Act of 1914, which is the law upon which we base all of our laws about illicit drugs, is based on just ridiculous notions, almost sort of Victorian or even prehistoric kinds of ideas. We now know so much about the biology of abuse and addiction, and let's create some laws that's based on the reality of the human relation to these substances and forget about our puritanical ideas.
Why don't they update that?
Because people are afraid to touch it. And I really think somebody would like to... I'll run for president if they won't let me on that platform. I think it's a huge problem in this country. Unless we switch it around and really start aggressively going after it, it's going to eat us up.
Well, you look at it this way. When booze was illegal, then the mafia basically was funded and began in this country,
Right.
and they got behind booze, and then as soon as booze was legalized and drugs were illegal, they just got into the drug business. You know,
Many
whatever's
other
illegal.
more lucrative sort of black markets have been generated. And then there's this whole, there's a kind of an antisocial feel in our country right now, and people that have that feeling want to use drugs because they're illegal. That's it.
Illegal.
Because they're illegal.
Right, just because it can't have... Well, that's why, I went against the PMRC with the labeling of records, because as soon as you say you can't have this
when
CD,
they wanna have it.
that's when they want it.
Well, it's like the example I use. You go to the museum, you put a sign on a statue that says "Do not touch," and parade a group of 15-year-olds in front of it.
Well, that's the first thing they want to touch.
That's the first thing they want to touch. I mean, that's the way you are when you're 15, 14, 13, 17. When the man tells you, big fat white senators in their 50s with bad comb-overs tell you not to do something, you're in.
Well, that's where you want to go.
That's where you want to go.
If we could create resources from the sale of drugs and things, think about that, and funnel that into education, prevention, and control it, and monitor it. I don't know.
But here again, a scary proposition, though.
Very scary, and unknown.
Jamie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're 16. What's up?
Okay. Me and this guy have been together on and off for 2 years, like since I was a freshman. And like on Friday, he just told me that he didn't care about me anymore.
Yeah.
But he says that he still loves me. But I don't know. Like, I'm just confused. I don't know if I should like call him or what. Like, should I like let him go and just forget about him?
Well,
Didn't he let you go already?
Well, I know, but I don't want to, because he says that he still loves me, but I don't
but
understand.
he's just trying to let you down easy.
And that may have been in response to you saying, "Don't you still love me?"
Well, I didn't say that. He
Oh,
just
okay.
said that he still loves me, but he doesn't care anymore.
Right.
Well, that's a retarded thing that young people do in their attempts to
Everyone does it.
to save themselves from feeling the pain that
Well, it's to save
they
you,
cause in
too.
somebody else. Yeah, but it only makes it worse.
I know, but there's nobody in the history of the world that has said to somebody they've cared about at one time, listen, we're breaking up, and it's because I hate you,
No,
and
it's
I
because
never want to see you
my
again.
feelings have changed.
My feelings have changed, but they always... Come on, when you see the other person in pain, you say, listen, there'll always be a place in my heart for you.
Yes.
I think very fondly of you.
Yes, that's all
I care
appropriate.
about you. But all of that, when it gets put through the hurt mill, gets converted into
I still
this
love
sort
you.
of, we got another shot
Yeah.
product. I mean, is there a person that doesn't think there's another shot at reconciliation for the first couple of weeks or couple of months? You know what I mean?
No.
It's almost a rite of passage in a breakup. You can't get around it. But Jamie,
Yeah.
the bottom line is the bottom line. Meaning, if somebody says, I don't want to be with you for whatever reason, the bottom line is they don't want to be with you. If they say, I love you too much to be with you, it hurts me because of the amount of love I have for you, that's why I can't be with you, they still don't want to be with you.
Don't fight to get something like that back. They're telling you it's not going to work, and it doesn't.
But I don't understand. Like, I don't know. Like, guys, they always say that they never give you a reason. They just, like, break up with you.
Is that what's happening here?
Well, like, we've broken up before, and he says that he just needs time.
Yeah.
But it's like, and then he usually, like, comes back, like, and then, like, sometimes, like, we got in a fight one time, and I told him that I didn't want him coming back because it's just too hard, because I like him a lot, and it's hard for, like, me just...
Hey,
like,
Jeff.
Can I just say one thing?
Please.
Does this sound like a classic case of him wanting to have her chase after him? And her, in a way, being codependent?
Well, there's codependency for sure. And Jamie, you can't have him back. Don't have it back. The connect and disconnect, I agree. It's too painful, and it's never going to be a regular kind of connection that you're looking for. It's not going to happen. Your codependency is sort of trying to make it that way, but it's not going to be.
Hey, Michael?
Yeah.
We're going to take a break here, but you were dating a 17-year-old?
We weren't dating yet. We weren't official boyfriend and girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
But we were talking over, and she came to me one time and said, "Oh, there's other guys who I'd be interested in dating."
Yeah.
And I said, "Okay, why don't you, go out with them, see if you have, any interest." And she came to me feeling that I was pushing her away, which I really wasn't. I was
All right. But Michael, you're 26?
Yeah.
But you sound 14?
He does.
He really does.
But you have...
Physically, I am 26, but
Yeah.
mentally, I believe I am probably around 16 or 17.
Do you have a little mishap on the jungle gym, or everything working?
Something like that, yeah.
We'll find-
Really?
We'll find-
All right.
Hold on.
All right.
Hold on.
All right, hold on there, Michael. I'll tell you, I know schoolyards and playgrounds are like sort of OSHA approved now, but when I was a kid, it was nothing but broken glass, barbed wire, and rusty pipes about nut height. So everything's sort of based on whacking you in the scrotum. And there's like bars that you walked on, and the whole jungle gym thing, the seesaw.
Yeah.
I don't think they have seesaws anymore, do they?
Oh, yeah.
They do?
Oh, yeah.
But
They're
they have
padded now.
trampolines underneath them and stuff. We grew up in the mean streets with what else they have that was a good one. I like the one that just where there was just that pole that just went up about 30 feet to nowhere. Just something to shimmy up and fall off. All right, Donny Osmond is here. We will take ourselves a little break, and then we'll come back. We'll get to the 26-year-old and dating the 17-year-old after this. Hey, it is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew over there. Donny Osmond is our guest tonight. You can find Donny on TV 5 nights a week. Check
5 days a week.
I'm sorry, 5 days a week. Check your...
We're not late night yet.
Running. Well, they may be on after the streetlights in a city or two, but by and large, Donny Marie's daytime show.
That's right.
And
that's where we aim our programming towards.
Yeah, makes sense. I'll tell you, I remember the first Donny Marie show. Do you remember that, Drew?
Sure, you bet.
It was like part of my childhood. It was like I remember Pink Lady and Jeff. Do you remember that show, Drew?
No, I don't remember that one.
Jeff Altman.
Spin-off of Happy Days? Pink?
No. That's Pinky Tuscadero.
Yeah.
There was this whole time when it was all this variety show. Sonny and Cher. Tony Orlando and Don, Pink Lady and Jeff.
I don't remember that.
Flip Wilson.
I did the Flip Wilson show.
You did?
Yeah.
Now, Flip was...
You never made me do it.
Geraldine. Flip Wilson was on... let me try to get the order down. Flip Wilson was on the air before Donny Marie.
Absolutely. Way before. It was like 68,
just after Laughing.
69.
Just
right.
like around Laughing.
Right. And Tony Orlando and Don was on?
That's right. They were like early 70s.
Before Donny Marie.
Before Donny and Marie.
Sonny and Cher were on before?
Before. No, before Donny and Marie.
Like 69 to 72, weren't they?
No, maybe not quite as early as in the 60s, but...
See, the only variety show that was on after us was like, I think...
Hee-haw.
I was on 40 years before that. It never ended.
Barbara Mandrell had one, and I think that's the only one.
Well, didn't Captain Tennille have one or something?
Yeah, they did have one,
that's right.
and I'd really look into Pink Lady and Jeff. Pink Lady were two Japanese women who didn't speak a lick of English, and Jeff Altman's...
Yes, I remember this now.
Jeff Altman's a stand-up who didn't speak a lick of funny, and together they were unstoppable.
Remember. Yeah. It lasted like 15 minutes or something.
That's right. It was awesome. But I really, as a kid, I loved watching Donny Marie, and it was bizarre that you were, 17, 18
I
when
was 16 when I did the pilot.
Bizarre.
20 when it went up.
It should be legal to have a 16-year-old hosting his own show. And well, then Marie was what, a couple years younger than you were?
She was 14 when she did the pilot.
Wow.
Oh, but you know the weird thing is they're veterans who were burnt out on show business by that point.
Yeah, but think about it. Marie started when she was 3. I was 5.
But put it in perspective,
Right.
Marie was like, it was the Osmond brothers originally?
Osmond brothers,
The Osmonds, and then...
It was the Osmond brothers first.
Yeah, I remember the Osmonds, then the Osmonds, and then... Now let's bring Marie in and have her do some stuff, and then boom, suddenly it was Donny Marie.
Yeah.
Boom. It was just like they were split off from the Osmonds.
I remember that first show I did with Marie was in Las Vegas. We were headlining at Caesar's Palace. We sang that Roberta Flack, Donny Hathaway. Where is the law? You said it's mine.
That's me through a song, by the way. I appreciate you stop singing.
And
might cry.
from that point on, and then we did a Mike Douglas show back in Philadelphia, and that's where Freddie Silverman, who was president of ABC at the time, saw us and said, "Hey, I got a great idea for Donny and Marie to do a variety show," and that's where it all took off.
So you did that from 16 to about
76
19?
to about 1976 to about 1980.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I used to love it when Jimmy would come out there and blow that trumpet. Jimmy Osmond would get up there and just go, he'd play like Fly to the Bumblebee on the trumpet. And I always thought, I wonder if that kid's really blowing that horn. Even though I was like 9, it seemed rather suspicious.
Yeah.
But
it made for good entertainment.
Good entertainment.
That's right.
I love that show. Michael?
Yeah.
You're 26.
Yeah.
So you're dating a 17-year-old.
Once again, we were not dating.
All right.
We were just, like, talking. That's basically what we were doing.
Okay.
Now, what were you going to explain about your development?
Mentally, I believe I'm...
Why? Why did that happen, do you think?
Probably because my mother took drugs when she had me.
And so you've actually had some difficulty in school?
Yes, I have, what's it called, SAS.
What is that?
Fetal alcohol syndrome?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. You sound pretty together.
Yeah, well, I don't have it that bad.
Did you have any other developmental problems? Did you have delayed puberty?
Heart problem,
Heart
mostly.
problem? Okay.
Wow. We've never spoken to someone who's had that on this show, have we?
Yeah, once or twice we have. But, okay. And so, is it...
All right, so is it all right if he dates a 17-year-old now that he's developmentally challenged?
No, still not okay. And so you sort of thought the better of it, sent her on her way?
No.
Kind of, yeah. I thought, since she's still in school, she'd have the chance to see other guys.
Yeah.
You were just talking, of course. You were dating.
Right.
But what is up that you're even taking a relationship seriously with someone who's in high school when you're 27?
Good question.
All right.
Well, you're not getting a lot of chicks your own age, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Can you support
Kinda small
yourself?
for my age, and they kind of just,
Can you support yourself financially?
No.
Why
I
not?
don't, because I also have a math problem. I can't put numbers together at all, so...
There's not a woman in the world that can add. They still go out and work.
Do you have any other developmental problems? Do you have normal body hair?
Except for Marie Osmond.
Normal body hair? I don't think I have any body hair.
Well, why haven't you been evaluated for this?
I've had doctors, look me over, and they really can't help me, so...
Endocrinologically, they don't see any problem with your hormonal function or anything of that sort?
No.
How's your sexual function?
Fine.
Everything's working out?
Yeah.
So are you living at home?
No, I have my own place.
Are you supported by the government or something?
Yeah.
And seriously, as far as work goes, you have difficulty adding numbers, so that would eliminate certain jobs, but there's a lot of other jobs that don't involve addition.
True.
Can you do one of those jobs?
Right, I try and go out and get a job, and then I have to explain, what my medical problems are, and they kind of just, find some reason not to hire me.
Well, so it all falls under fetal alcohol syndrome, or are there other things going on?
What else do I have? It's something called Noonan syndrome or something.
Huh. And which is some congenital problem?
Yeah.
Okay. And what does that entail?
I've had doctors explain it to me, and then I'm still blown away by it all.
Hey, but Michael.
Yeah.
You sound fairly capable.
I mean, you can deal with people. You work in customer service better than 90% of the customer service people.
Work in radio.
Yeah, radio, yeah.
Hey, Michael?
Yeah.
Here's what I would suggest. I would suggest...
He could work forever on Radio Disney.
That's right. That's right. You could do VO work for younger people. Hey, Michael?
Yeah.
I think you need to get a job. I really do. Because
You feel better about
here's
yourself.
the thing.
Yeah.
A man needs to work. And I understand you have certain obstacles and certain hurdles to get past.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you work, you'd feel better about yourself. You'd have a source of pride. You'd get your dignity back, and you might even meet some people in the workplace.
Yeah.
I would focus on getting a job right now. Why don't you make that your full-time focus? You really should, because here's really the problem with the disability and everything. Some people do need it. Some people don't, and some people are on the cusp.
And they abuse it.
And it cuts your legs off. It really does.
It's not that he's abusing it. It's just that he could be better.
If somebody wanted to send me, starting at age 21, if someone sent me a check for $350 a week in the mail, I would never left my apartment in North Hollywood. I couldn't, because I'd weigh 782 pounds and they'd have to blow out a window.
You said something a second ago that's very interesting. You get your dignity back by getting out there and working. You have a sense of self-pride because, hey, I worked for this is mine.
Men's identity is very much tied up in their work.
And it's real hard to be a hit with the ladies when you don't have that sense of pride, or you don't make up for it in jewelry like I do when I go out. I wear a lot of expensive jewelry. Lets the ladies know I feel good about
You're
myself.
an impulsive spender? Are you really?
No.
You're not?
No, I haven't. I bought, since I made money in my life, I got my dad a car, and then I repiped his house. I don't know if I told you that.
No,
you're a plumber?
Paid for that. No, so I paid another guy to do it. And what the hell else did I do? So I bought a couple model airplanes, and I got about a $400 a day coke habit. And other than that, I haven't spent any money at all. Right, Drew?
And your pot and alcohol.
Then a pot and alcohol.
Of course.
All right, other than that, everything's good. Donny Osmond is our guest tonight, and we will be back with him and you after this. Hey, it is Loveline. We'll take a quick 10-second timeout. We'll be back with more of the show in just 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
Radio
Station.
KNRK Camas, Portland.
An Intercom radio station.
The It is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Dave Navarro will be in here tomorrow night. Phone number, 1-800-LVE-191. Tonight we have Donny Osmond in the studio. You can find him on television along with his sister. Mostly daytime. Occasionally it's after the street lights have come on, and sometimes it's early in the morning. But
in the second
and
season?
it's on all different stations, but this is the second season, and the show they said wouldn't last has lasted.
We had some great guests this year. Harrison Ford.
Wow.
Harrison Ford. Now, that was an interesting interview. Marie did the interview with him. I was with Kristen Scott Thomas. What was the name of the film?
The Christian, about his...
Random Hearts. Random Hearts.
I didn't see it, but it sounded interesting. Do you know what the
very good
plot of this
acting.
film was, Drew?
No.
They're both widow and widower of two people that were having an affair.
Yes.
And they die in an airplane crash going down to Miami.
And they end up getting together, these two.
Interesting juxtaposition, because how do you put closure on something? They're both dead. You know,
Right.
It's a very interesting premise.
Man, that's a pretty good...
lineup. Mel Gibson, Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Adam, you're wondering why we're not been on the
We
show?
got Carrot Top coming up next week, everybody.
We had Carrot Top when we went to Vegas on location. Took our show to Vegas for a week, and he was hilarious.
I know. He's very funny, especially when he does that baby that's on a piece of wood, and it's baby on board. Yeah, that's good comedy.
Did you have Penn and Teller here? Did you ever get Penn and Teller here?
No, we haven't had
They
Penn
were
and
just
Teller.
on.
They're
And
crazy,
They're coming on
aren't
this
they?
week, as a matter of fact, airing this week, and they are just two zany people.
Do you think that, first off, you guys are Donny and Marie, and half these people just sort of grew up on you guys. So there's a certain allure to just, hey, Donny and Marie want you to come on the show. You know, that's A, number one.
There's a certain pull.
B, number two, you got Dick Clark,
Yeah.
who may run over you in his editing van if you don't come over there. No, there's a little Dick Clark like, hey, Dick is asking you to do something. Dick's involved with this project. I mean, Mel Gibson, Harrison Ford, they don't do a lot of
there might be
daytime TV.
there might be a little. No, they don't, and it's a nice compliment to us that they would do
absolutely.
this show. But you can bring as many people as you can into a show, and like I said earlier, we have some great producers, a great staff of people. But if you don't execute the show properly, if you don't have a good time, the audiences, they're not going to tune in to watch two people have a terrible time. So, you really have to enjoy yourself and enjoy what you do and enjoy your work, and that will translate.
I don't want to disagree with you, Donny, but people tune in nightly to hear us have a horrible time on this show, right, Drew?
Yeah, but they're learning something. We talked during the commercial break.
They're hearing you complain.
Yeah.
But I listen to you guys.
I listen to you once in a while, and it's entertaining.
Oh, God.
It's very entertaining, because some of the stories you just can't believe people are calling in with.
For instance...
Remember when we were on there, though, Dick Clark was sitting there.
Dick Clark was running around.
Yeah.
He was like working craft service and editing
bit.
and booking.
Right.
I mean,
By the way, the other day when we had Dolly Parton on, as a matter of fact, I made Access Hollywood television moment for doing this. We do cold openings, and Dolly Parton brought outfits for both Marie and myself to wear, and she got it mixed up. I got Dolly's clothes.
Oh, my
I
God.
come out in this Donny in drag. It was a moment.
Oh, my God.
It was a moment.
I bet you knew it before you hit the stage, though.
Oh no, it was all written.
Right.
It was all obviously. But it was a great dress.
Nick?
Yeah. Hey,
Kind of started something going there.
Nick, you're 18.
Yeah.
What's up?
I was thinking about getting the tip of my penis pierced
Why?
because I turned 18 about a month ago and I just want to do something,
How about...
Get a job.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I got one of those, but
How about fighting to keep it now, brother?
yeah.
Yeah, where's your job at?
Sears.
All right. And that sounds like a career.
Yeah, putting tires on cars.
Oh, yeah. Nothing like working with one of those impact wrenches all day.
Oh, yeah.
That's good times. And you want to get the tip of your penis pierced?
Yeah, is there...
Like you want the you want the Prince Albert?
Yeah.
Yeah, Donny, you aware of this procedure?
No, I'm not.
We watched it done, be performed here in the studio one time.
Yes, it took years off my life. They take a sort of hook-shaped, like a hoop, basically. They go in through the, well, actually, I think they go the other way
They
around.
take a spear on the base and hook it onto that thing and pull it through it.
I know, but basically they poke it into the urethra and they come out of the end of the urethra and hoop it back around.
My question is, why?
I was bored, so I had my tongue pierced. I was bored, so I put a spear through my penis.
Well, there you go. Nick, you bored?
Not really.
What do you think? Let's look at the pros. What do you get out of this, really?
More.
A lot of women looking at your penis.
Where?
And running away. Yeah, running away in horror.
What kind of women? You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to believe it.
Believe.
See it.
You mean, first off, it's not that big a novelty anymore. You know what I mean? I understand your angle. I'll do it for the novelty aspect of it. I'll get a bunch of strange women to look at my penis in the bathroom. Maybe one of them will feel sorry for me and give me some oral sex. But a lot of guys have this, Nick. You're not going to be the only guy at the party to have this piercing. First off, there's Prince Albert himself. Is he still alive? Yes, right?
Mm.
So he has one by law, I believe. And secondly, so does every other idiot you hang out with. So don't worry about it. And Nick, I guarantee this will haunt you. Listen to me. Let me tell you something about being young. You have to navigate the very treacherous waters. And there's certain things you got to understand aren't going to be good down the road. You got to know that somehow when you're young. Doing a porn movie, certain fashion tips, certain things.
But Adam, what you're saying, it doesn't really matter because you're an older gentleman. You're an older man trying to tell a young teenager what to do. It doesn't work.
But when I
know that because I'm raising teenagers.
I know, but they gotta rebel against the squeaky clean Donny Osmond.
There is that aspect of it, yeah, absolutely. But
my mom had a pot plant in her backyard, so I rebelled by putting socks on and a pair of penny loafers, you know. But
still,
which is an interesting
you think a teenager is going to listen to an older man?
No, but when I was 18, I was as screwed up as the next guy. But I also had sort of the feeling that there's certain things that were permanent that I may not want to do, and it may not go over well when I'm 30 or 35. Certain things I didn't want to look back on. Having a kid was one of the things I didn't want to do at 18. Certain permanent things, you know, tattoos, things like that. And you have to have some... You have to be able to look down the road a little bit and understand if you get that ring in your penis, is that the kind of thing you're going to want to tell your kids or grandkids about? No. And it's not going to make a difference. Plus, it's probably going to get caught in some torque wrench or something when you're pulling the lug nuts off a van.
Why go through the pain?
Oh, my God, and that is pain. And we've seen the procedure, Robert. It is painful. I'm sorry, not Robert. Who were we just talking to? Nick. Michelle?
Yeah?
What's up? You're 16.
Hi. I was wondering, I might have been molested when I was 4 years old.
How do you figure?
Well, when I was 4, I had a sleeping doctor and...
A what? A what?
A doctor who was trying to help me sleep.
A sleeping doctor?
I used to thump and roll.
What in the hell are you talking about?
You did the thump and roll?
I used to, bang my head against the pillow when I was trying to go to sleep.
Right.
And I used to, roll from side to side.
Right. I think that doctor probably was a psychiatrist or a psychologist, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
it's good that they call him the sleeping doctor.
Yeah, not a sleeping doctor.
Well, I didn't know exact terms.
Yeah.
But she was talking to me one day.
Could be something else.
I'm going to the sleeping doctor on Wednesday, by the way. It's costing me $90.
No, but she was I was messing with Barbies and I was telling her about how guys get an ejaculation and stuff like that. And I knew everything about the male genitalia area and then female area.
And you were 4 years old?
And I was 4, yeah.
That shouldn't be.
And she asked me how I knew this, and I said, oh, it's me and my dad's secret. And
oh boy.
Another part to this is when I was 11, I had a flashback of me and my dad in the shower.
Now what was happening?
I don't remember. It was just, I remember me and him being in the shower, and it wasn't exactly...
I don't want to say... It wasn't exactly what?
It wasn't exactly what I would consider a happy memory.
What was it?
It just, I started crying.
Just something happened that made you cry?
Yeah, but I don't know what it was. And I can't stay in a room with my dad for 10 seconds without wanting to leave and scream.
Well, Drew's the same way with his dad. There's never any molestation.
Does he know that?
Does my dad know that?
Yeah.
No, because I don't talk to him. He lives in Arizona, and... he was verbally abusive. He still is.
Would you advise her to talk to her dad?
Not necessarily.
I don't think you'll get much satisfaction out of him. He'll probably say, you're crazy, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, just total denial.
I've asked him about it, and he told me that I'm crazy, and he was like, oh, it's probably one of your mom or something like that.
Okay.
All right. Well, you went through a very difficult time then when he was abusive. Was he alcoholic too?
No.
But things were out of control. You were a young child. You were feeling powerless. Those things can create all sorts of awful feelings without there being molestation.
Well, I can't even, sometimes when I'm in a shower, if the temperature gets to a certain, heat or something, and the air around me gets to a different, temperature, I have to get out.
Well, you've got some issues.
Here's the real litmus test. How are you with a guy?
I'm okay, kind of. Like, when, my last relationship, like, a couple of relationships ago, I was going out with this guy, and he started, kissing me on my chest, and I, like, froze. And I just stared at the license plate and couldn't, like, I was wanting to, like, tell him to stop, and I couldn't.
Well, that may not be the greatest sign.
And, I mean, I've gone to a male doctor before, and he was, like, checking my hair pattern or something like that. And he had me turn around on my stomach, and I started, like, staring at a curtain, and I started crying.
Again,
now
it's all very non-specific.
But, well, here's my opinion of this. I want to put Michelle on hold for a second. On one hand, all these things would seem to be in order for someone who was molested. On the other hand, she's a little too wrapped up in them. And I'm getting a little suspicious, and I'm not exactly sure what her deal is. But you know the vibe I'm getting off? I'm getting a little vibe off of her. I can't explain what it is.
She's having a lot of symptoms. They're not specific to this, but she wants to blame it on that. And my concern is that she had a psychologist when she was 4 who, you can ask them leading questions, and they've proven this in literature, that that kids have an uncanny amount of knowledge about sort of genitalia and where they go and things. They don't know about ejaculation and things, but if you ask a couple of questions, lead the kid along, they could come up with some stuff that would sound rather startling.
Well, also, she had a therapist at 4, which would mean that there was
something going on
yes. Maybe before Dad.
Oh, yes.
Here's the point is, Michelle's spending a lot of energy thinking about it. I would go back to the sleep doctor and just hash things out, but don't become obsessed with this particular facet of your childhood. I
agree.
Maybe you were, maybe you weren't. Either way, there's issues to address.
Get to the sleep doctor.
Get to the sleep doctor. The Sandman is...
a lot of this stuff is very obsessive-compulsive. You know, she's banging her head and rolling, and the back rocking, and this has a biological quality to it, and the thinking is over and over and obsessional.
Right. All right. Robert.
Hey, what's up?
You're 18.
Yep. Oh, I had a statement about your Morning Glory seeds. Okay, if you eat the Morning Glory seeds that come in the packages, there can be poison on it.
Interesting.
Because Morning Glory seeds are used to make LSD, and when you buy it out of the store, they know this, so they put a poison coat over it that will kill you to try to deter people from making drugs out of it.
Wow.
No, they don't, you idiot.
Your mom told you that.
That's good, though.
Actually, I read it off instruction manuals how to make drugs off the internet.
Yeah.
And they said they recommended buying the seeds out of the store, growing the plant, and then taking the seeds from there and using those seeds to make the drugs, because they do put a poison coat over it.
Well, I could imagine there may be some pesticides or something involved with it to keep gophers from eating it or something, but I don't think they intentionally poison it.
Don't you think that if that company killed somebody, they would have some liability, as opposed to just deterring somebody?
Put a label on the thing saying you're not supposed to eat it, which you're really not supposed to. Actually, when you do morning glory, you're not supposed to eat the seed itself. You're supposed to take the petal, and you're supposed to boil it in hot water. You're not even supposed to eat the seed itself, because it's such a strong high.
Have you done this, Robert?
No, I haven't done that, actually. I've had friends that have done it.
What have you done?
70 hits of LSD.
Okay, prepare yourself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know I'm already suffering from it. I've been clean for 11 months. And actually, I wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Is there anything to help out with the depression?
Oh, yes.
Specific drug?
Specific medicine, no, but here, I mean, I've treated...
You got to eat tulip bulbs, right?
I've treated now probably hundreds of people with your history, and they all need medication, and they need lots of it. It's a recalcitrant type of depression, but it usually eventually responds. But it's different people. But it needs a lot of aggressive kinds of pharmacology, because you're fighting a very, very, very intense injury usually.
All right, Robert. Robert, how do you know you've done 70 hits?
Because I kept count.
Wow. That's pretty ambitious for a guy who's dropping a lot of acid. I like that. I wish I'd done a tally of many things, and I have no idea how many, if anything, I've done.
The LSD does not affect intelligence. Not really. It really doesn't.
What does it affect?
Mood, affect, sometimes personality. But boy, they get depressed. Oh, God, do they get depressed.
Well,
sometimes the depressions don't hit until 10 years later.
Really?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you even say it's sort of the drug of the philosopher or the
smart person? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the people that are sort of interested, the cerebral types, in a sense. Yeah. Albeit the Dungeon and Dragon variety.
Yeah.
But people that are sort of, they're not the get the bottle of Boone's Farm and go to the park guys.
Right.
It's a little bit different.
Right.
And that's why they're able to articulate themselves pretty well and usually
when they're on it.
Defend their position pretty well. No, when they're off it.
Oh.
When they're on it, all they can do is hug each other. Elise.
Hi.
You're 14.
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay. My, like, best friend since, like, kindergarten, well, her boyfriend is, like, the biggest jerk, and, like, we were at this party, and he just starts, like, hitting on me.
Yeah.
And, he just, like, he does, like, the most disgusting things, and I told him to stop, and he just won't. I don't know what to do.
Stay away from him.
I have been, and then, like, I feel bad because my friend, like, I'm telling her, and she, like, doesn't believe me. She thinks he's, like, the greatest guy in the world, and I don't know what her problem is.
You'll find she will learn, or she needs that kind of abuse for some reason.
And, Elise, if you can't avoid him, there's something up with you, too.
Right.
No, like, I have been.
That's it. Then it's over. Stay away.
Okay.
That's
do not go near him.
It's something you learn to master as an adult, the avoiding people you don't want to see. I've even honed my skill to such a fine point that I avoid people I do want to see. Just, you learn how to avoid people, you learn how to sort of navigate your way around life. When you're a kid, for some reason, especially a teenager, and I think a lot of it is just because you just sort of, you need the fray. You're sort of eager for that fray, but, to coin a phrase, but when you're a kid, you like the action, and there's people that are like not treating you the way you should be treated, and you're in them every day. You're with them, and you can't get away from them. Somehow, when you get older, you figure out how to get away from those people.
But aren't they trapped to a certain extent? Like when they go into school, they're the same surroundings. You walk past them in the hallways, they're going to pester you.
There's elements of that, but this guy's not going to do anything in a school hall. It's more like at a party.
Right.
I'm guessing if he's sexually harassing you, or you do what Donny sends his entire family to Branson, Missouri.
You don't want them against you.
No, don't. They'll hop on a plane, be out in L.A. in 4 hours, and kick your ass. Are they all down at the Osmond Theater in Branson?
Most of them, yeah. My brother Jim, you remember Jimmy? We talked about him earlier.
Blows that horn like Satchmo.
He's the producer of that Osmond Family Theater in Branson.
A gifted horn player like that is.
I don't think he plays it much anymore.
He put the horn down?
Yeah, he now plays the juice harp.
I'll tell you, that was he was a gifted kid, 9, 10 years old.
And bongos. And
he used to get out there and play, Drew. Don't you remember that?
You know what's funny about Jimmy? He's turned out to be the most, like the financial guru of the
entrepreneur guy.
He's the entrepreneur, that's the word.
And he was, what is he, 4 or 5 years younger?
No, let's see, he's
maybe more?
7. I think he's 37 this year. So about 5, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Listen, I know that. That he does. Mike?
Yeah?
You're 18 years old.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I like your commercial a lot, and I just saw it actually on TV.
Oh, that's right.
The Man Show commercial?
There's a 1-800 commercial?
Yeah, commercial?
Oh, yeah.
What'd you do?
Great.
I did. I'm supposed to do 6 of them, so
really?
Enjoy it. I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't?
No, I haven't.
Seen it yet?
What's that?
You haven't seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet. And Lord knows no one watches more TV than I do, but I still haven't seen it.
Well,
are they making 6 out of what you filmed, or you have to do 5 more?
I did 3, and they'll be doing 3 more, as far as I know. Yeah, it's really, the world of TV commercials is an amazing world. It's like never has more time been spent on less. I spent 2 18-hour days getting 2 crappy 30-second or 3 crappy 30-second spots out of it.
Pays well, though. Residuals are great.
It's all for the money. Every penny. That's all I could keep thinking about, because artistically it's junk for the most part. Go ahead there, Mike. But I'm glad it wasn't bad. And here's the philosophy, by the way. You want the money, and what you hope is that it doesn't suck or make you look like an a-hole. It doesn't have to be good, because they pay you so much money.
But you don't want to look like you're selling out.
Right. So
Which you are.
Which you are.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, because it's for the money. So if it's just decent,
yeah, but
then
there's
it's
good selling out, and then there's bad selling out.
That's true. This is medium selling out.
Okay.
Go ahead. It's not all black and white. Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to tell you guys, like, I listen to you guys all the time, and actually I had this little problem. Like, I have this girlfriend, I've had her for like 2 years, and I don't know, I love her very much and stuff. And
is that a rooster?
We got a peacock over there?
No, it's actually my chair. It moves. It has wheels on it.
All right, stop moving.
Whatever. And like, I just have this hangout with my friends that we just hang out, like, at this cul-de-sac down there in Anaheim, whatever. And like, we just hang out there with our friends, and like, I just met this one girl. I've known her for like 4 months, but and she's this friend, and like, they both told me that they liked me a lot, and I didn't really believe them. And they just wanted to like show me, and like, they showed me, and one of them, like, I just brought him back over to my place, and one of them I actually had sex with, and the other one, like, I didn't really do anything. I just kind of like went down on her, and when she went down on me, and like, I know I really should tell my girlfriend, but like,
oh, well, that's not cheating.
You should
Come
break
on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, sex with one of them and oral
Break
sex
up with
the
your
other
girlfriend.
one.
That's what you should do with your girlfriend.
but like, I kind of don't want to.
Well,
Like,
too bad.
I just wanna
You
keep it for my-
well, you relinquished that privilege.
Really?
But there's a lot of things you want to do, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, is there any way I can just keep it from her and like, still just go on?
Well, what do you mean you brought him back to your place? You live on your own?
Oh no, but like,
You brought him home?
yeah,
To
like,
your folks' place?
Grandparents.
actually, relatives, whatever.
Relative? Where are you living with? Who are you living with?
My aunt.
Your aunt?
My uncle, yeah.
Where's your parents?
Well, my mom's in Arizona,
Uh-huh.
and my dad's in Texas.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Getting their life straight.
Oh, boy.
Well, yeah, they've been through like a lot of stuff.
Oh, boy. You sound okay. You don't have a sister, do you?
Yeah, I have a sister.
How old is she?
She's 19. She's got pregnant and like.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
She's like really doesn't like know the guy that well and stuff.
Now it's all coming together.
Yeah.
I knew if there was a sister amongst these guys, there'd be trouble.
It's another sort of subject for your stripping.
No, don't ruin it for me, Drew. All right, so Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you break up with your girlfriend? Because you're probably not as interested in her. as
You're
you
interested
think
in
you are.
doing other things.
I talk to her every day. I see her every day.
No, please.
She
You
works.
love her so much, you do this.
Okay.
to her.
Well, here's a better plan then. You really love her?
Yeah.
Wow. Could you take another few minutes to answer that?
Emphatic.
Why don't you not screw around on her anymore and not say anything?
All right.
Can you do that? You think you can do that?
No.
I can do that.
Oh, please.
You do?
Yeah.
All right. She'll find out eventually.
Will she?
I
Well,
think so.
If she doesn't, I'll tell her after we break up, whatever.
Okay.
And these two are going to come back in some crazy way, I predict.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be
Oh, son of a bitch. 18 years old. Donnie, how old were you when you had your first threesome? You were over an 18, right?
My first threesome?
You got married at like 19.
I got married at 20.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he was tired of chicks by then.
Let's go to break, shall we?
Donny Osmond. Do you ever see the Osmond cartoon?
Yeah, with him being chased around by...
Donnie was the one that chicks loved.
In fact, when we got
You remember
chased that one day in Wisconsin...
That's right. I brought up Donnie?
Yeah, he said it's like we were Donny Osmond.
Did you really?
We were jogging in Wisconsin. Not that we went there to jog. We were doing a college lecture somewhere in the middle of Wisconsin, and there wasn't anything going on over there. I mean, and so it was a big deal that me and Drew were in town.
Right.
And this small college, or the medium-sized college, and the whole town is built around the college, was anticipating our arrival. And the lecture was, Friday night, and we rolled into town at like 2 in the afternoon, and Drew decided we should get some exercise, so we should go jogging. So we went jogging.
And we jogged to that gym, remember?
We jogged to a gym, and then on our way back, we're like jogging down the main drag, which is sorority row, and there's about 40 sorority chicks who are out front of a sorority house who were taking a picture in front of their house. And they saw us coming down the street, and somebody yelled, "It's Dr. Drew and could be Donny Osmond." It's Adam and Dr. Drew, and they all just started screaming and chasing after us.
You, that's
and then
great.
the Benny Hill music.
Isn't that a great? Isn't that a
it
great
was
feeling,
great.
though?
It was great.
Getting chased.
Oh, it was huge. It was crazy, and I was yelling, "It's like Donny Osmond!" I was watching too many cartoons.
That's great.
But I didn't say Jimmy Osmond.
No.
All right, so Donnie is here. He's tired from being chased by teeny boppers, and we'll take a break. We'll be back after this.
Loveline, we'll be right back.
It is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew over there. Dave Navarro in tomorrow night. Tonight we have Donny Osmond. It's Dave Navarro. Same guy.
Yeah. Dave Light.
You've never seen us in the same room, have you?
No, I'm starting to think they are the same guys.
Well,
You've never seen
them.
them? Huh?
Let's see your tats.
You got any
tats?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
No, nothing but track marks, no tats. All right, Donnie can be, of course, seen with his lovely sister Marie on the Donnie Marie talk show, which is on all different times around the country, but somewhere morning, afternoon.
Have you invited Marie to do your show?
I really like Marie. No, can you relay the message to her?
Yeah, I'll relay it.
I would,
do you think she'd...
I would hope so.
We'd love to
think
have
she's
her.
Delightful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is she all right? She doing good now?
She's hanging in there. She announced the postpartum depression, and she discloses certain things, but she came out on Oprah a couple weeks ago and just spilled the beans, spilled her guts, and Larry King as well. And I admire her for coming out and telling everybody because, you know, I went through a period of time. Last time I was on the show, I talked to you about the depression and the anxiety. I was on Paxil.
I last ran into you at The View in New York.
Right,
we ran
that's
each other,
right.
and you were going on talking about this stuff, your book.
Yeah.
So
last time I was on The View, I was having a major panic attack.
Right.
But I admitted that I was on Paxil. I was on the medication the whole bit, and Maria's slowly just opening up and disclosing all this. And you know, it's therapeutic. It's cathartic to be able to do that.
People have such shame about this stuff. And
but everybody's suffering with it.
You know? But it's got to be a lot of pressure being an Osmond.
But you know what?
I mean? Well, because everybody expects them to be perfect.
You know what I think?
Well,
one of the best things that ever happened to us was, you know, VH1 did a behind the music on both Maria and myself.
I saw it,
and I thought they did a great job. And to show the human side, one of the best things I ever did was write my book, because I disclosed a lot of stuff I was just kind of holding in.
Yeah, they talked about the syndrome you had in the behind the music.
Yeah, the social phobia and anxiety.
Well, it's just bizarre that you grow up on stage and then you're scared to go out on stage at a certain point.
It's this whole perfectionism that you try to be perfect and you can't do it. You know, in your mind you reach this plateau, but physically you can never reach it, so you're constantly depressed.
I have an interesting
it's a never-ending emptiness.
Twist on. I am a perfectionist as well, except for with other people. I don't demand it of myself.
Yeah, everybody else. But you have perfected the couch. Right? Sitting in front of the TV?
Masturbation. Sitting in front of the TV and napping.
And, of course, the mastery of the remote.
Not necessarily
And you forgot one thing.
Order.
Not working while you're working.
Right.
Like you disclosed at the beginning of the show.
I think I'm doing a fine job of that right now. Well, look at me.
I just look at you.
Take some notes.
All right.
I'm wearing slippers.
Yeah, first the attire.
Drew, I'm wearing the same attire.
Same shirt he's worn for
4 or 5 days.
Wait, this is a Sunday. 6 months.
6 months. No, seriously.
No, 3 weeks. Seriously, I've seen that shirt for 3 weeks.
You see this shirt
That's
underneath?
new. That's new, isn't it?
New? This shirt?
The top, the thing on that pajama you're wearing on top, I've seen for 3 weeks.
Do you do laundry?
I have a woman. I'm not sure what her ethnicity is, but she does it.
He told me he puts it in a drawer. After he wears it, puts it in a drawer. When it's been in that drawer long enough, it's deemed clean, and he puts it back on.
Yeah, the smell kind of goes away. It dissipates. You put some mothballs in there, whatever.
Right. I actually just put an M80 and a stick of Right Guard, and I throw it in that drawer, and it blows up, and then I just pull it out, and it's minty fresh, as Drew likes to say. All right, let's speak to... you don't want to speak to Chris?
Well, I had this... Go ahead. That's fine. That's fine. Go ahead. Do this next.
Chris?
Adam.
You're 26.
I am.
What's up?
I love Ace Rockola, by the way.
Well,
no, don't say that. Oh, for Christ's sake.
It's my alter ego. Go ahead.
Anyway, I have a question for Donny. Big fan, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm kind of out of your demo, though. But I want to know if you went on a mission.
For the LDS Church?
Yeah.
No, I never did. I wanted to, but, you know, knocking on the door and saying, "Hi, I'm Donny Osmond," you know, you want to hear about the Mormon Church.
Obviously.
Well, I wish I could have. My oldest son is on a mission right now in England.
Really?
Yeah.
You're supposed... At what age are you supposed to go on the mission?
It's not compulsory. It is not a requirement.
Well, what age does the average
19.
guy? 19 is the average age.
Do women go too?
Women go as well.
Why 19?
They have found, I guess, over the years that is the perfect age before they really begin their education. They can take 2 years and dedicate that to a mission. And I've seen so much growth emotionally and spiritually, whatever, from my son. I had the opportunity, and this is a very rare situation. I was over in England this past summer filming Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. And I was able to see him 3 different times. Usually that's not allowed, but his mission president said it was okay. And I got to tell you something, guys.
For family to drop in?
Yeah, they have found over the years that if there's constant communication like that, they really do get homesick. And it did hit him a little bit, kind of set him back a little bit. But that's why they kind of limit it as much as possible. But that's
actually, it's like put him in the military a little bit.
It's almost the same thing. They really learn to become independent, dependent upon themselves, interdependent, basically. I just have seen so much growth in that young... It was very difficult for me to say goodbye to him because, you know, I made a statement and I just kind of lost it when I said it. I said, I'm putting a boy on an airplane and that boy will never come back. A man will come back. And I've seen it. And it's gone over a year.
Why England?
The church headquarters in Salt Lake City decide where he is needed, you know, based upon the need around the world. And there's like 60-some-odd thousand missionaries out there across the world.
But the idea that he didn't end up in Beirut is good. You think he had a little?
I think it's
little,
very good.
little
Yeah,
Osmond
there are
pull?
some areas that some of my nephews and nieces have gone to, like,
Really?
little different.
Osmonds?
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you, well, my take on the Osmonds and in the Mormon Church and the mission thing, it'd be a little more like when Elvis went to the military. It's like, let's make some good pictures and everything, but let's not send him.
Clark Gable,
Let's
Jimmy
not
Stewart.
have him be in the first wave of landing craft to hit Normandy. You know what I mean? Right?
Yeah, let's have him on a typewriter somewhere.
Take it easy. All right, now, just one question before we go back to the call. When they assign what his mission is going to be, does the tape then catch on fire that you're listening to on the tape recorder? Is that something they've done away with over
They've done away with that.
It used to be my favorite part of the religion, Drew. All right, so is he back yet?
No, he's got about 9 months left.
And what do they do? What do they do there? Are they live in a mission?
They live there. They have a companion. They switch like every 3 months or whatever, and they knock on doors. They take referrals of people who are interested. You got to be careful. You don't force any kind of religion down somebody's throat. I mean, that's not what it's for. But those who are interested, he talks to them and tells them about gospel of Jesus Christ, basically.
And does he live? Where does he physically live? On a mission?
He lives in a little apartment.
I
Spends
see.
for himself. He gets just a little bit of money every month to live. All the missionaries have the same amount of money, so there are no favoritisms.
Right.
He is, Elder Osmond. He's not Donny Osmond's son out there. Of course, sometimes people know who he is. He knocks on the door. He looks like Donny Osmond. Like, hey, I know you.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right. Well, at least it's not.
He's enjoying it.
At least it's not a real strong departure from the Osmond heritage. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Worse if he's trying to score crack and looking like Donny Osmond.
That hurt me.
That would not be a far departure for the Carolla heritage.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Right. But he's
for Osmond.
Right. It's just spreading the good news. Now, where are we here?
He's a good kid.
Chuck?
Yeah.
You're 19.
Yeah, I got a little problem. I need you to listen to everything because there's a lot of stuff going on, and I need your help.
Okay, hurry.
Okay, me and my girlfriend been together for about 5 years. She's a virgin. Ever since I known her, she's been running track and everything. So I'm pretty sure the hymen's still intact or whatever. And she just got back from the Navy or whatever. We've been together for 6 months. She's out of the Navy or whatever. Had a heart problem, and I can't get it in. It's like it's horrible. We've been trying for about 4 months. She's very slim. I'm kind of big. I'm kind of built like a running back or whatever, playing football or whatever. And we've tried. I mean, we haven't used any tools, no aids or anything. I've read a book or whatever that I happen to get my hands on. I mean, but as far as I can tell from other women I've been with, I'm just really big, and I don't know what to do with her.
What was her event in track?
Was that? Oh, she sprinted and she did the pole vault.
Oh, the pole vault.
Yeah, she's about 5'7", 5'8", about 120, 125. She's very slim, and I'm about 5'6", 165.
How old is she?
That's just the penis, right?
She's about to be 19. I'm 20.
Is she ready to have sex?
Yeah.
You're sure of that? She's not nervous about it, anxious?
I told her maybe she just needs to relax a little bit. I've tried everything. I mean, I don't know. She acts like she's ready. She acts like she wants it.
Well, let's ask Drew. Do you think she has a hymen intact?
It might be a hymen that's extra sort of thick and difficult to get through. It might be vaginismus, which is a spasm of the floor of the pelvic musculature, often caused by being nervous or anxious. Might be just an anatomic mismatch between the two of them.
Yeah, and I know, like, when I just had hernia surgery about 6 weeks ago, and between the last time we tried before my surgery and just now, it just reset, just back to the drawing board.
Well, listen, you're probably a well-endowed guy, but you could probably still work this out.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's just a mismatch. Like it's trying to drive a Winnebago into some underground parking or something. It's not going to work.
Has she seen a doctor since?
Unless you get a real head of steam up, but then it is damaged.
She needs to go have a pelvic exam just to make sure. Sometimes they can actually have to surgically pierce the hymen, so...
Okay, yeah, I didn't want to hurt her or anything because I was with one girl who actually had a baby, and the second time we tried anything, she was like, it's like having my baby again. And I'm like, well, I don't want to hurt my girl. I mean...
What I would give to hear those words from a woman. I would love that. Wow. What could there be a greater compliment paid to a gent? It's like having a baby. It's like having a baby put in me. Oh, it's like the baby's gone back, like baby forgot its rattle or something. Oh, what a compliment. That is great.
Just dream.
Donnie, let's dream about that. Amanda won't say it's like having a baby. Now, I've had women saying it's like being with a baby. But I think that was different. I don't know whether to take that the same way. That's different, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think she meant it differently.
Not as good?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Son of a bitch. All right, so send her to the doctor. Let her go to the gynecologist. Maybe they have to pierce something. Check it out. Take it
Maybe
slow.
it's just them, yeah.
Sounds like a decent guy. They'll work it out. Don't freak each other out, and we'll be back. It is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Dave Navarro tomorrow night. Donny Osmond tonight. We're just talking off the air about kids getting involved with show business and show business moms and Drew freaking out on it. But that's where Donnie's from, you idiot.
Yeah.
You're making fun of his lineage.
I grew up in it. I started when I was 5.
Yeah, but you were commenting on what you saw out there as something different than what you were...
Well, I hosted the Young Star... What was it called again? The Young Star Awards? Young Star Wars, something like that. And there's some amazing, talented kids. Renee Olstead is the one that we were talking about. She came out there and just started singing some Aretha Franklin music and blew everybody away. Blew me away. What a voice. 10 years old.
Donnie, there's the past there.
There it is. Young Star Award.
Yeah, but how do you feel about your career and your folks and, not growing up to have the quote-unquote normal childhood and all that stuff? Did you have showbiz parents? Did they...
No, I have to say my parents weren't the typical show business kind of parents.
I think Mormons could be showbiz parents, and raise you.
Well, but think about it. Here my brothers, and I wasn't part of the act at the beginning. They were on the Andy Williams show, and the male response was just unbelievable. And so I was the next kid in line, and the male response grew. So what are you going to do? Pull the plug?
Right.
So it just kept going from there. I wanted out when I was 7, 8 years old, but it was too late.
Wow.
So I really couldn't leave.
Wow.
But by the time I was 12, 13 years old, I decided this is it. This is what I want to do. A hit record helps too,
I'm trying to think of what I wanted out of at 7, 8 years old. I think I wanted out of the bathroom. I think I may have locked myself in there.
That was your mom knocking on the door.
She wanted me to come out of the bathroom. That's right. Oh, no, I was older, Drew. I was more 14, 15. That's just weird being 7, 8 wanting out of the band. You know what I mean? Yeah. I wanted out of my diapers at 6, 7 years old. I'm into a larger size, I'll tell you that. Tell you that. Feeling good about that. And they're much more discreet. Hey, you know what I was thinking, Drew? I don't know why this just popped in my head, but I'm thinking about stuff that old people need. I see commercials all day long. It's all about dentures and what gets your dentures clean, and this product gets dentures cleaner than other products. And I thought to myself, I buy into it a little, because this one has an effervescent scrubbing action, and this one has a minty fresh flavor. And I think to myself, well, wait a minute. If you can take these things out of your mouth, why not just put them right on the buffing wheel? And I mean, why not just soak them in gasoline and turpentine overnight? Throw them in the dishwasher.
Who needs the minty fresh stuff?
Well, why do you got to drop 2 tablets into a thing and pray it works? Forget about take a grinder, put the buffing wheel on the grinder, put some buffing compound on your teeth, and work it. I mean, why do you need this product? I'm telling you, I would take my denture, just throw them in the pool overnight, let the chlorine at them for a little while, and then fish them out in the morning. I mean, if I could take my teeth out of my mouth, believe me, they'd be clean. I'd drive around just polishing them while I was driving.
You'd find stuff.
I'd put them like a rock tumbler with some cotton and some, rubbing alcohol. Exactly. I mean, I'd have the cleanest teeth in town and no bad breath either.
Put a little Clorox in there.
Rock tumbler. There we go.
Brush with Clorox.
Yeah, I mean, why do you need these products, Drew, when you got them out of your mouth?
Don't know.
Okay, thank you. Pauline?
Yes.
You're 23 years old.
Yes, I am.
What's up?
Okay, I have a boyfriend who I've been dating for almost a year. It'll be a year next month. My biggest problem is that he's military, and he's living in San Diego. And I'm now starting to get interested in dating somebody else.
How long has he been away?
6 months.
Oh, I mean, that's normal for your pay.
Where do you live?
Virginia.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, 3,000 miles away.
I think and don't you think he's up to something, Adam? What do you think?
He's in the military?
Yeah.
He's at least he's in San Diego.
He's either in the Navy or Camp Pendleton.
The least he's doing is some weekend whoring in Tijuana.
You really think so?
Oh yes.
Why is that?
Because I've been in Tijuana when these guys roll over the border. All sorts of shenanigans going on over there.
Right.
Yes, there's no LDS mission in Tijuana. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, you know, the worst part about it is...
Although that wouldn't be a bad detail.
Well,
I'd sign up for that.
Right.
I'd take care of that. No problem. I'd go to every strip club every day and try to convert people. All right. Well, if you're not going to come over to my face, give me a beer, would you?
Don't think so, Adam.
I could work it out. All right. So why don't you break it up? Because it doesn't sound like this one's going to work out.
Well, I'm also having dreams about being proposed to by my best friend who I've known for like 20 years.
All right, well,
Who's not this guy? Right?
Don't get carried away, but just the fact that you're not getting your needs met and you were looking for intimacy. And 23, you're young, you're apart, it's normal. It's all right.
Yeah.
I say.
What name is that?
Euphrasio?
Hey, how's it going?
Euphrasio.
Hey, how you doing, Adam?
What kind of name is that?
It's Filipino, Old Spanish.
All right.
Touch of this, touch of that.
Does it mean anything?
It's Old Spanish for, I guess it's really pronounced Euphrasio or Euphrasio.
Euphrasio, and what does it mean anything?
It could be translation for another name.
Okay.
Like, maybe...
Bob. Dirk.
Frank, or, a derivative of that, maybe like...
All right. Listen, I'm sorry I asked, but...
That's cool.
You got a question for Donnie?
Interesting perspective. Hey, Donnie, it's nice to, finally to talk to you,
Thank you, Euphrasio.
Yes. I grew up listening to this music, putting up with it.
Putting up with it? Oh, thank you. Next caller.
No, seriously.
I like that. Putting up with your music.
No, it was like...
I suffered through it.
Right. We all did, but we first... 77, 78, I was...
He just means suffering through the 70s.
You know what? You look at movies...
New seasons, and then...
the Donnie and Marie stuff. Yeah, and the new season stuff.
Yeah, but you always did, like, a lot of remakes, right? On all these albums you did in the past?
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, it actually was part of growing up and stuff, so...
Well, I've known for Puppy Love and Go Away Little Girl and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, those were
Puppy Love was a Paul Anka song. Go Away Little Girl was a Steve Lawrence song.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Go. Did he really sing, or was it just, Steve Lawrence and, like, Merv Griffin and these guys, did they actually sing, or they just kind of talk?
I don't know.
Their way through a song.
He asked me like I was there.
I'm just saying, there was an era of singers, and maybe the equivalent of that today is maybe rappers, people who are artists who don't actually sing.
Are you saying Steve Lawrence was a rapper?
He was the first. No, I'm saying I don't know if he possessed any discernible talent, although I'd have to listen to it. But I remember as a kid watching like Merv Griffin's show. Merv would when he started into that song, I couldn't have got out of the room fast enough. Merv would be like, a trailer for sale, and boom, pop, change it. And if I couldn't get to the TV, I'd throw a rock at it. And I always thought to myself, did people like his singing, or isn't he just kind of talking?
Well, I think he was appealing to the older generation, obviobe.
Oh, man. Older, like they were dead already.
Mike Douglas sang, too, didn't he?
Oh, Mike Douglas.
Mike Douglas?
Yeah, he was another guy. He'd be out there singing, too, and I'd be like, what is he singing about?
The thing is, they carved that niche so well.
Right.
They did it so well. So many people were watching. They began the whole daytime television
I know,
thing.
talking, but they shouldn't have been singing. They should have just been talking. Thank God they were talking while they were singing at the same time. Donny Osmond's our guest. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back.
This is Loveline. Loveline will be right back.
Well, that's it. Another successful Loveline put to bed. Donnie, thank you very much for coming
Hey guys,
in.
it's been fun.
We appreciate it.
Always nice talking to you
Send
guys.
Marie in anytime you like, or you come back anytime you like. And let's see, Donnie Marie, everybody, Monday through Friday, during the day sometime, most likely.
Check your local listing.
Find them.
Check your local listing. That's the safe way to say it. Check the local listing.
We're tentatively penciled in for fall 2005.
Us?
Yes.
Yeah. No.
If somebody gets bumped, that show.
Yes.
So we'll look for us soon on that show. Dave Navarro tomorrow night. And until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo. My balls look like the chin of an old Chinaman.
This has been Loveline. The views expressed on Loveline are not necessarily those of the staff, the management, or the sponsors of this radio station.
And are probably not the views of Westwood One Entertainment. Loveline is produced by Ann Wilkins Engel.
Now, please listen to this station longer.